Hi everyone, I am Hailee B Roye, the President for Women of Empowerment, and on behalf of student activities, I'm just going to give a quick run through of how we held our informational. So when the young ladies came on, what we did was created a QR code, and in this QR code, all you have to do is hold up your phone, press down on it, and a link pops up, and they fill out the form. So usually we ask for name, team number, where they're from, their email, their number, maybe what their major is, and just any important other thing we feel like we need. And since we're virtual and they can't sign in, we just created one for them. And so what happens is you can turn this Google form into a Google Sheet, and then the Google Sheet puts everything on the spreadsheet for you. So their name and all their information, all you have to do is put it in alphabetical order, and that's it. That's all you have to do. So the first 15 minutes of our informational, we just went ahead and did our sign in to make sure everyone got a fair chance to sign in and to make sure everyone was accounted for. We then went ahead and, introduced ourselves and who we were and to welcome to our fall informational of 2020. We always start with a prayer, so we went ahead and did our invocation by our chaplain. We then did a welcome, and so it's very important that you put your program of what you would do in previous years on your PowerPoint virtually, so it still has that feel of interaction and just engagement and things like that. So we did a welcome from us to them and basically told them, what to expect and, that we were excited to see them and things like that. We then went ahead and went on an agenda. So, you have to be very cognitive when you're thinking of virtual learning because they're online all the time. So giving them a time to see when we're going to start, where we're going to end, and, those different topics within those times is really important. We then went ahead and did our introduction. So we did presidents, we done advisors, as you can see. And then we introduced our e-board because this makes up who our organization is as a whole. And, these are the main people who we asked to do things for the organization, right? And so as you can see, the introduction was just very small, like a paragraph or two, nothing too long. And if they wanted to speak, they could. I just gave them a 2-minute deadline, as well as for e-board, they had 1 minute. Because again, you want to be cognitive of everyone's time. And then we did a mix and mingle. So here what I did was I did breakout rooms. So once you create your Zoom and you go to more, there's a section where it has breakout rooms and you're going to type on your breakout room. And sometimes you have to stop sharing your screen. And what happens is you can create how many you want. So if there's 45 participants, you can put in 5 rooms and then automatically create that breakout room for you. And in here, you can type in questions. You can check on how they're doing. Like, it's literally like a mix and mingle engagement. It's literally the most coolest thing. So if I created a breakout room, these rooms will pop up right here. And then I can just assign to who I want. And usually right here, if I have people, it'd be easier. But usually right here, it will have broadcast message, and you can type a message like, hey, introduce yourself to your to the people in your group, and you'll press message. And what happens is the other people in all the breakout rooms will see it. And you can always bring them back and take them away and things like that. So for our mix and mingle, we did that for about 15 minutes in a way for the girls to know us and for us to know the girls. So that was really fun. And then we just went right into our history. So everything we have literally came from our pamphlet that we used from previous years to come. And so we just went ahead and, you did that and just added it to the PowerPoint, and I had to manually type it, but it was worth it because it gave them something visual to see. We then moved on to our NACWC experience, where we just had like a little video of our history and of the women who basically paved the way for us and things like that. And then I don't want it to play. But then we went into our story. And so here in this segment, I allowed the women in our organization to share their story on why they joined WOA and NACWC. And we spend about 15 to 20 minutes here because it's really important to see how WOA changed women and how they benefited from our organization and how we benefited from them. And then we went into our guest speaker and we did a biography. We actually reached out to her. She is an alumna of TSU and she was in WO 5 years ago. So we went ahead and reached out to her, and she sent in her bio and then she sent in her video. Now everything we had was pre-recorded because virtual is really hard when trying to make sure everything is together. So we pre-recorded everything. We took the time out to do that just for the fact we wouldn't have any glitches. Now, I would say that it's better to have everyone's cameras off and muted when you're playing a video because then it helps with the lagging and things like that, and you don't have to worry about it.
Hello, ladies.
All right. And so then we went to our anti-hazing policy, and we had someone read that for us, which was our second VP. We then went into qualification for membership, which was presented by our first VP. And then we went into the application process, and then we went into our Q&A, and then we went on to our ending, which was our closure. So everything was very well thought out and planned because it's really important to, one, be cognitive of their time. They're on virtual learning every day, and you wanted to have a PowerPoint that is engaging and involves them in every step of the way so that they are paying attention, so that everyone's accounted for, and that it runs smoothly. My biggest thing is just work with Zoom and play around with it. Again, use your breakout rooms, use polls if you have to. A lot of the times you have to go into Zoom and enable those things. But again, there's videos on YouTube to help that. Zoom has customer service to help with that. So just go ahead and play with that and try to make the informational as valuable and engaging as possible so that you don't lose people. I hope this was helpful. Again, I am Hailee B Roye, Women of Empowerment president, and I hope this little short video was helpful for you guys and that you guys learned something. Thank you.